Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard 100, a video series documenting the culling of my collection from what it is to what it is going to be. Recently, we have been playing a lot of social deduction games. I got a game group started at work, and we have been doing a lot of social deduction games because they are very easy to teach new people into the hobby, and they're kind of a really good way to get an evening started, to set the tone, and get everything ready. We played a social deduction game recently that I picked up on sale. It is a game that I heard good things about. It looked good, the art was good, and Secrets. Secrets by Mr. Bruno Faiduti and Eric Lang is a social deduction game for a handful of people in which you are split up into groups. At the beginning of every round, you are given a role, and that role is either a CIA, a KGB, or a filthy hippie. If you are on the CIA team or the KGB team, whoever has the most points is the winner. If you are a hippie, even if there is more than one hippie, hippies win alone if they have the lowest score. On your turn, all you're going to do is you're going to draw two cards, you're going to show them to everybody, and then you're going to give one of those cards to someone face down. At that point, they will make a pimp decision and either take it, flip it over and do the effect, or push it back to you and say, no, I don't want it, in which case you take it and do the effect. Effects range from everything from giving someone points to look at their tile, switching their little tile for one in the middle, switching two people's tiles. It can get a little crazy. The reason why it's a little crazy is because the only time you get to look at your tile is when you pick it up at the beginning of the round or the beginning of the game. So when your tile gets switched, you all of a sudden don't know what team you're on. And when it's all said and done, that's the end of the game. The art is very lovely. Secrets is a game with a beautiful box. The table talk is kind of there, kind of not. You can't really say, oh, I'm KGB. Who else is KGB? You're on my team. We're going to win this. It's also surprisingly easy for the hippies to win, and the best way I found to get the hippies to lose is to change the hippie to be on your team. Because if the hippie has the lowest score, the hippie wins. Here's the problem with the game that I have found. The hippie, I think, is the most fun role. But it's also the hardest, because if someone finds out that you're the hippie, no one's going to give you any cards, or they're going to give you a card to give you points. If at any point you ever get given the same role, you have to flip over both those roles and you don't get the points. Or if you get two of one certain role, you got to flip over everything, whatever, it's a mess. But the fact that half of the team is CIA, half of the team is KGB means the roles are split evenly, pretty much. So we played, let's say we have 6 players around the table. There will be 3 CIA, 3 KGB, and a hippie. You mix them up, one's in the middle. Who's it gonna be? Which means most of the time, you're just trying to figure out who's on your team, but it's pretty obvious who's on your team based on the cards they give you. And it's not... Let me talk about one thing that I really love. There's a thing in this game that is beautiful, and that is definitely the components. These little tiles, these poker chip style clickety-clacks, are amazing. There's the dirty hippie, there is the CIA, and then the Kajaba. The art on the cards is nice. Something that's really cool to make sure that everyone is participating is if you do not have any cards in front of you, or if you have the absolute least. So if everyone has 3, but you have 2, everyone has 2, but you have 1, you get the United Nations tile, and basically what that is when someone gives someone a card that's not you, you can jump in and take that card for yourself and do it. I don't like this game. I didn't really have fun with it. I played it maybe 2 to 3 times. I played it with 4 people, and then I played it with 7 people. I think I played it with 6 people as well. There's not that immediate like, oh, I get it, ha ha ha, this is fun. It's basically just split into teams and you don't know what the teams are. But as opposed to a game like The Resistance where it's a lot of people but we know who we are and we can ha 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 and ho ho ho. It's just unknown teams. It wasn't really fun for me. It didn't click for me. I loved the I give you a card, if you don't take it, it comes back to me thing. We looked at a game similar, Arkham Ritual, where I give you a card, if you don't want it, you give it to someone else. If they don't want it, it comes back to me, but then I don't get the effect of the card. I love that idea of I give it to you, if you don't want it, I get it to me. I understand there's a game called Cockroach Poker that does a similar thing. I always felt like I was either in it for myself, or I knew exactly who was on my team, so we were just helping each other out. At the beginning of the game, if you have a large number of players, you can look at the person next to you to your left and to your right, And at a certain point, I know who's on my team. So we're just playing, it doesn't really do anything. Housekeeping. 4 to 8 players, we played with 4, the minimum, and we also played with 7. It was the same game. 20 minutes, yeah, it was pretty short. And then ages 10 and up, I don't know why, but ages 10 and up. Secrets is a beautiful box. I understand why some people would like it. There are social deduction games that I love a lot more. When you're getting compared with my social deduction games, when you're getting compared to my One Nights, and you're getting compared to my Don't Mess with Cthulhu's, this theme, which is lovely, I don't think it has the staying power. As a matter of fact, I know it doesn't have the staying power, so Secrets, sorry, out of my hard 100. You were a bunch of good ideas that didn't come together for me. I love the components, I love the tiles, I love the art, I like the abilities, I like the idea of me giving you a card and then me taking a card. But for a social deduction game, I don't feel like I'm deducing anything. I know this until I don't know it. And if you were to take the card in front of me, okay, now what? I don't really, at some point you are checked out of the game and you just don't care. I just don't care. Secrets, sorry, off my shelf. Maybe I might be coming to one of you one day. It is definitely not good for my shelf. It might be right for yours. You can pick it up pretty cheap, I am sure. But that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this, The Hard 100. I hope you and yours are well. Peace be with you. Rock on. Peace out.